It's the Eastern Conference Playoffs, and this is Game 3 of the first round on EA Sports. We are at United Center in the Windy City. Tonight, the Chicago Bulls taking on the Charlotte Hornets. Hi, everyone. Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Jay, we look at the Hornets coming in. They lead this 5-game series 2 games to none, and now they'll have 3 shots in trying to advance.
The one thing we know about playoff basketball, expect the unexpected. How many games come down to the wire, or a performance off the bench, or even a big shot at the end? Every night holds something different, and that's why we love this game so much.
A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles in and out.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Into the front court comes Collison, just getting started in Game 3. To Zach LaVine. Here comes the screen. Has a look. LaVine shot no good. Miles Bridges. There's a pass stolen by Chicago. Great pass to set it up. Kyrie, deep 2 there, won't go. The pass set it all up.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Parker to Irving. Tosses. Getting dirty. Loose ball on the deck. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Goes 2 for 2. Hornets right now in possession. To Nick Batum. Here comes the screen. Takes stock of the floor. Fires the 3. Tough shot. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Irving. Collison to Wendell Carter. Count it.
Just remember that old saying here, you're only as good as your last shot, and your last shot went in, so it's time to get going.
To Batum. To Miles Bridges. Down to 5 on the 24. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Collison into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To LaVine. Parker. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Wendell Carter powers it through. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Irving to Wendell Carter. The drive, right to the basket. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Kyrie Irving trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 87% from the line. Free throw's good. A three-point play. And with that, they go up by 3. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To DiVincenzo. Parker. No good. Here's a chance from long range. Well defended. Levine to Irving. Short jumper won't fall. And the basket good at the rim.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
To Zach Levine. Irving. To Wendell Carter. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Parker. To DiVincenzo for 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Lays it up and in.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. In a flash, scores at the rim.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Nick Batum. Down to 5 on the 24. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks to the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Nicola Batum at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. Unable to connect on the free throw. To DiVincenzo. Had a chance, but it's no good. Batum. Levine. Gets it in the left corner to Wendell Carter. The screen sets him up for two.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
To Miles Bridges. Good look that time, but off the mark. Into the front court comes Collison. Leads just a point. Darren Collison, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Missed it. How'd that not go down? Nothing going here on that drive. And a nice finish at the rim.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Bulls have it. To Parker. Probing the defense. Tough move in close quarters with the crossover to Collison. Darren Collison, 3 for 4. Good start.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Can't get the bounce. Carter goes to the left side. Collison, his first effort off the mark. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
To Batum. Off the assist. Now whistle. We'll get a timeout called by Chicago as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Hornets grab it. Irving brings the ball up court. Collison to Parker. A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Irving with the basketball. Leads 3. Zach LaVine doing what he does best. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Into the front court, it's Irving. Up by 3. Has a chance. Kyrie Irving. 2 of 4 now.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. Jabari Parker rocking the rim. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Nothing going here on that drive. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
Curling inside. Kyrie Irving. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college, but the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
To Wendell Carter. No good.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Knocked loose. Bulls come away with it. Trying to cash in. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
And finishes strong.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
To Nick Batum. Short jumper off the mark. Kyrie Irving. He's now 4 for 6. They'll let one fly from half court. That's the end of one here in game number 3. Jay and I are back. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we... You know what's coming. Go get it. To Batum.
Screen on your right. On your right. Yep.
Biombo rocking the rim.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving to Collison. 4-3. And Darren Collison strokes the 3.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
And scores at the basket. Jay, tough recovery that time.
Ooh, Ed, looking like the young Manu Ginobili with hair out there with the Euro step.
That wasn't that long ago, was it? To Irving. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance to... It's the Eastern Conference playoffs, and this is Game 3 of the first round on EA Sports. We are at United Center in the Windy City. Tonight, the Chicago Bulls taking on the Charlotte Hornets. Hi, everyone. Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Jay, we look at the Hornets coming in. They lead this 5-game series 2 games to none, and now they'll have 3 shots in trying to advance.
The one thing we know about playoff basketball, expect the unexpected. How many games come down to the wire, or a performance off the bench, or even a big shot at the end? Every night holds something different, and that's why we love this game so much.
Parker to Irving. Chicago with 4 to shoot. It goes down. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion, and it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance, and in their mind they do, but in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
To Irving. Short jumper misses. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody.
Stuffs it down with authority.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Kyrie with the rock. Tosses. Shot from the lane won't go.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Trying to cash in. Parker grabs the rebound. Into the front court comes Collison. They lead it. Ferocious slam inside.
A 2-time dunk champion, I love watching Zach LaVine play. But you can't become obsessed with just attacking the rim. You have to continue to expand your game and really give Chicago that lead guard that they haven't had since D. Rose.
Batum. Nice pass to set things up.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
To Wendell Carter. Irving to Parker. Short jumper and a putback slam.
Ooh, establishing the glass early, but the defense has to be better at boxing out.
Batum. Rocking the rim.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
Bulls with it. To Irving. Parker. To Irving. Has a chance. Kyrie Irving. 2 for 3. It's the Eastern Conference playoffs, and this is Game 3 of the first round on EA Sports. We are at United Center in the Windy City. Tonight, the Chicago Bulls taking on the Charlotte Hornets. Hi, everyone. Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Jay, we look at the Hornets coming in. They lead this 5-game series 2-0. And now they'll have 3 shots in trying to advance.
The one thing we know about playoff basketball, expect the unexpected. How many games come down to the wire, or a performance off the bench, or even a big shot at the end? Every night holds something different, and that's why we love this game so much.
For 3, it's good.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Kyrie across the timeline, just getting started in Game 3. Collison to Levine. With the fadeaway, burns him for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Cody Zeller at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 73%. And hits the first free throw. 2 for 2 on that trip. Here's Irving into the front court. Down 3. Here comes the screen. Levine to Parker. Beyond the arc for 3. Knocks it down. And Jay, so much better to get that shot beyond the arc than inside 22 feet.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
To Miles Bridges. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He made his first effort, but not that time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
To Miles Bridges. And count the basket inside.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Parker. Jabari Parker, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
And I know I'm not supposed to be biased. I'm not supposed to be rooting for guys, but I'm riding with Jabari. Get your work.
Chicago possession. Trying to cash in. Levine shot no good. To Batum. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Into the front court, it's Irving. Down just a couple. To Collison. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college, but the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Miles Bridges. Has a look. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Parker to Zach Levine. Has a chance. Shot no good there by Levine. Nikola Batum. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Nothing going here on that drive. Irving to Parker. And the finish. Jay, that was unguardable.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. The jumper's off the mark. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Irving into the front court. Down 4. To Wendell Carter. Kyrie Irving. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was a look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Now whistle. And we'll get a timeout call by Chicago as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Our opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Collison's shot won't fall. To Miles Bridges. And he hits.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Bulls with it. Knocked loose. Hornets come up with it. Stuffs it down with authority. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
From the painted area, won't go down. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make 2 bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
Gets to the basket. And scores.
I like that aggression early. You never just settle for jumpers. You attack, you attack, you attack. Then when they back off, you'll have room to shoot that, Jay.
Collison to Wendell Carter. Trying to cash in. Not that time.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Into the front court comes Collison. Down a dozen. Yes! And a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Darren Collison at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 85% free throw shooter. Can convert the free throw. Shot from in close, no good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Jabari Parker. He's been lights out so far. 5 for 5.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
To Nick Batum. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Parker with it. Margins 8. Has a look. Parker's shot off the mark. To Batum. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
And the defender's got to take note. Otherwise, that shot's going up all game long.
Collison into the front court. Trailing by 10. Baseline drive, but he can't finish. And the basket good at the rim.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Irving. Goes to the right side. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Irving with the basketball. He'll run the offense. To Parker. Irving. 5 on the shot clock. Has a chance. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time. Swings it. Add 2 points to the board.
I don't think anyone saw this one coming, but it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
Parker to Irving. Bismarck Biyombo able to recover with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Hornets at the controls of this one. And the finish, slam dunk.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than it was defense.
Vucevic to Irving. Kyrie Irving. He's 3 for 7.
Finally something goes their way. I don't think I need to tell you, but this has been a disaster of a first quarter. They just need somebody to get hot, and then they need to come together as a team and get a few stops.
Shot from the lane won't go. Count it.
I wasn't quite expecting him to get there, but I can be wrong. Sometimes, not a lot, but maybe sometimes.
Got it.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas, or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. 5 to shoot for the Bulls. Kyrie lets it go. Just off the mark.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Nikola Batum. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Trying to cash in and a putback slam.
I don't know if it was so much the bounce or the vertical. I think it was more so the reach. That's what happens when you have a 7+ wingspan.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
Hey, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Michael Kidd-Gilchrist trying to cash in on a 3-point play. A career 70% free throw shooter. Oh, he can't connect. Desperation shot here from half court. That's the end of one here in game number 3. Jay and I are back after this. It's the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Charlotte basketball. Oh, bad pass, and the Bulls have it. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
First try, no good. Missed the second one as well. Here comes the screen. Gets it in the right corner. Shot clock to 4 for Charlotte. No good. The defender was...
Hey, this our game. Let's take it home now. Let's go. Substitutions. Wait on it. Substitutions.
To Vucevic.
I got him. I got him.
Won't go. Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
First free throw is good. Able to convert on both free throws. Kyrie across the timeline. Down a bundle.
Double team.
Vucevic.
Double team. Wait on it.
Hornets grab it.
When you're outmatched talent-wise, you cannot get outworked. Get that ball back.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Has a look. And he hits.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level, but that jumper is wet too?
To Vucevic.
Got him.
Here comes the screen. Irving.
Wait on it.
From long range. Smothering D.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
The pass set it all up.
And I'll never forget one of my first games playing as a rookie with the Bulls. I talked to Steve Nash, and Steve Nash always used to tell me, the more you come out and you get your teammates involved, the easier it will be for you to score down the stretch. Think about it. You come out, you get 7, 8 quick assists, then a ball fake on the next possession. He bit. Easy layup.
To Vucevic. Parker. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Deep left corner. Count it at the line. 4-3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone.
Parker to Irving. Kyrie Irving. 4 out of 10.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Charlotte with the basketball.
Screen coming left. Screen coming left.
Fires the three. Tough shot. He hits.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Irving to Wendell Carter. Nothing going here on that drive. Vucevic to Parker. Screen coming. Chicago with 4 to shoot. Kyrie Irving lines it up for 2. In a flash, scores at the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Off the mark at the line. To Wendell Carter. Wendell Carter powers it through. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Bulls have it. Irving to Parker. Short jumper, slams it home on the putback.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Now that's a contest. Knocked loose. Vucevic. To Parker. Has a chance. Deep two there. Won't go.
Defense. Defense. Let's go.
Parker into the front court. His guys down big. Here comes the screen.
Wait on it. Watch the screen left.
Nothing going here on that drive.
Oh, yeah.
Gets to the basket, but it's no good. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Trying to cash in. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Great pass to set it up. Jabari Parker rocking the rim.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Miles Bridges. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Jabari Parker at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 74% free throw shooter. And he misses that one free throw. I don't know what the defender was doing there, but count the points.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Tight space with the crossover to Miles Bridges. Count the bucket for 2.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Runner's good there.
And that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Keep on trying. Shot's no good there. Into the front court comes Collison. He'll run the offense. Runner here won't go down. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Here comes the screen. Driving right to the basket. To Nick Batum. Gets it in the left corner. They call a 3-second violation. Collison to Wendell Carter. And count the basket.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
So the two teams will head to the locker room as we reach the break here in game number 3. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
To Batum. Finishing inside the paint on that one. Chicago basketball to Parker. Irving to Parker. Doesn't get the bounce. Miles Bridges. Here's a chance from long range. Great athlete from Michigan State. Miles Bridges with the 3.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
To Collison. Irving. They need something to go down. It's no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Now the Bulls will take the timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Kyrie Irving for 2. Hernan Gomez grabs the rebound.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. Shot from the lane won't go. It's Chicago ball. Knocked loose. Hornets come up with it.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Whoa! What a finish!
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Collison into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Not that time. To Nick Batum. Tough make through traffic.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here, because that was not an easy look.
To Irving. He gets it.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
To Miles Bridges. Has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Kyrie Irving trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 87% from the line. Free throw good, so they get the three-point play, but it's not much more than a drop in the bucket with the score right where it is. The Bulls with the rebound. Chicago with the possession. He cruises in for 2. Too easy.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Irving. Not going down for him this time.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Here's Irving into the front court. Down a bundle. Levine to Markkanen. Deep right corner. Markkanen. Fires the 3. Yes.
You see, a good catch and shoot play always starts with the eyes. A single look here, a single look there can throw off the defense entirely, opening up the entire perimeter for your teammates to do their thing. Great vision on that play.
Shot won't go. Irving to Markkanen. Markkanen slams it down. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Jumper's good.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Knocked loose. Hornets grab it. Defense forces the turnover, and it leads to points.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Time to shuffle things up. Hornets come up with it. To Miles Bridges. Parker grabs the rebound. To Wendell Carter, and finishes strong. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Miles Bridges at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. He's struggled so far. Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. To Levine. Cody Zeller tips it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Here comes the screen. Carter to Markkanen. Oh, emphatic slam.
The 7th pick overall, Lauri Markkanen had an exquisite rookie season. Ending the year, all-rookie first team. Even executive VP John Paxson of the Bulls organization referred to him as the cornerstone of the franchise.
Markkanen to Zach Levine. That's no good. Hernangomez unable to connect. Collison to Levine. Knocked loose. Hornets grab it. To Miles Bridges. Here comes the screen. Miles Bridges. Add 2 points to the board.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
To Markkanen. Levine. Back to shoot for the Bulls. Lets it fly from long range. Tough shot for Markkanen. No good. Oh, Carter with the rejection.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Collison to Markkanen. Perfect feed to set up the basket. Now a timeout coming here from the Hornets coach as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this 3rd quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. To Batum. For 3, yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those 3 things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Count the basket inside.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
To Nick Batum. Zach Levine rejects it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
To Zach Levine. Parker. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Batum. Terrific vision. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
Double team. Here we go.
I got ball.
Knocked loose. Hornets come up with it. Flushes it home.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Bulls with the rock. To Levine. Probing the defense. Zach Levine. He's 3 for 7.
A two-time dunk champion. I love watching Zach Levine play. But you can't become obsessed with just attacking the rim. You have to continue to expand your game and really give Chicago that lead guard that they haven't had since D. Rose.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
I missed it. What a roll.
Off the mark. Has a chance. Can't connect.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of
Oh, ferocious slam inside.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
We get a whistle and a timeout as they will get together and talk things over. New blood coming in for both sides. Beyond the arc for three. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
To Parker. Down the lane. The shot won't fall. The follow won't go either. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Huge block. Another shot won't go either. Nikola Vucevic. He struggled just a little bit. 2 for... The Bulls in possession as we start the fourth quarter, and they've really had very little go right for them on either end of the floor.
Remember that old line, your attitude determines your altitude? Well, when you see dejected faces on the sideline, that poor body language gave you an impression that they had no chance to win this game.
Irving to Wendell Carter. Cody Zeller snatching it out of the air. They'll recover. 4 to shoot. Hornets right now in possession. And look out. Big finish at the rim. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
Kyrie. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
The screen sets him up for 2.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
Scores from the post.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Kyrie with the rock. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
To Batum. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Cleans it up. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Into the front court comes Collison. His guys down big. Off the assist.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Had a chance, but it's no good. To Zach LaVine. Kyrie. Missed it. Not much more you can ask for from the defense there. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Tough make through traffic.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Irving brings the ball up court to Parker. Rebound grabbed by the Hornets. To Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges slams it down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Short jumper stays out. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Okay, you don't get a 10 for style points, but it worked.
Bulls with the basketball. To Vucevic. Short jumper misses. From long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
LaVine to Collison. Big finish at the rim. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
Chicago possession.
I got him. Here we go.
Let's go. Pick him up. Pick him up.
Wait on it.
That's rebounded by the Hornets.
Come on, get back. Get the shooters. Watch the shooters. Watch the shooters. Get back. Get back.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Collison into the front court. Down a bundle to Levine. Nothing going here on that drive. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Wait on it.
Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. And finishes strong. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Knocked loose. Hornets grab it. To Miles Bridges. Batum. 4-3. Nick Batum forcing that one. No good. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line. Kyrie Irving has got 2 shots coming. He's perfect from the line so far. And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. To Nick Batum. Fires the 3. Not that time. He misses. To Irving. Can't connect from inside.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Time for some new personnel into the game. Free throw good, so they get the 3-point play. But it's not much more than a drop in the bucket with the score right where it is. Hornets have the basketball. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball 101. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Levine to Collison. Here comes the screen. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error. To Batum. Oh, you've got to get that one to go. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Here comes the screen. Collison to Parker. Fine to shoot to Collison. Trying to cash in. That's usually one that he'll knock down. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Darren Collison not looking pretty. 3 for 10.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collected. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Knocked loose. Hornets come up with it. Can't connect from in close. And he finishes at the rim.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Hornets grab it. Great feed. Lays it up and in.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Into the front court comes Collison. Looking to make something happen.
I got him. I got him.
To Parker.
Watch his back up. Watch his back up.
Chicago with 4 to shoot. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle or not.
Stuffs it down with authority.
There's something to be said about a guy that can make the game easier for everybody else on the court. We call that dropping dimes, very similar to the way I'm dropping nuggets on this broadcast.
Collison to Wendell Carter.
Wait on it.
Short jumper off the mark. Big finish at the rim. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative. Because right now, the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is, though.
Me neither. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Billy Hernan-Gomez trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 69% at the line. Free throws good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. To Parker.
That's me. Here we go.
Nick Batum with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
And scores. Strong take.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To Parker. Oh, he had him there for a second. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. To Miles Bridges. from the painted area won't go down.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
It's the Hornets with the victory. And they're moving on to the second round of the NBA playoffs. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Charlotte Hornets have cause to celebrate tonight, but not too much. They have plenty work to do this offseason. The Hornets got their score from the guys you're seeing here on screen. The Bulls weren't able to advance after that tough loss. I got a sense they didn't expect for their offseason to start just yet. I know what the feeling's like, and it can be tough, but it's all about how you come back from it. Who knows what they'll be like next season? It'll be interesting to see for sure. Check out the leading scores for the Chicago Bulls.
Game track. Assists.
These guys walked in with the game plan, and they walked out with the win. And these highlights, they tell even more of the story.
Player of the game.
Easy choice for player of the game. No one else made as big of an impact in this matchup. Here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.